Hey guys, welcome to Plumbing with Tim. Today I'm going to take a couple minutes and I'm going to explain to you the best practices to making yourself into being a great plumber. A very commonly asked question I get on a regular basis is, Tim, what does it take to get into the plumbing industry? That's why I wanted to take a few minutes today and share with you 4 very important tips and ways where you can break into plumbing. So let's begin. Okay, so let's say you're just getting ready to graduate high school, or maybe you're finishing up a tour of duty in the military. At this time, you're trying to land your first job and get yourself into the workforce. However, at this time, you don't want to end up going to any after high school trade schooling or secondary vocational classes, and you want to try to get yourself in a job working for a company. This is a perfect time and opportunity in your life, being young and physically fit and ready to get into something such as this trade or any kind of trade by starting from the bottom and working your way up. So the biggest importance is to go and start beating on doors and look for yourself somewhere in your local community that will take you in as a helper, and you can work under the guidance of a mentor or journeyman and start from the bottom and grind through it and try to get yourself up into an apprenticeship. Keep open eyes, open mind, open ears, and a shut-off phone. Listen, just because you're in a secondary schooling or a trade school doesn't mean that you can't, on your spare time, go beating down the doors and asking these companies if they're looking for somebody to help. Shake their hand, look them in the eye, make sure that they know that you are serious, and it will go a lot further than you think. Of course, during this time, it's always a good idea, whenever you get an extra few dollars in your pocket, is to run down to your local plumbing supply and pick yourself up the basic tools that are necessary, so when you do get a chance and get a break to get into this industry, you're going to have a heads up and a starting point and some tools to get you going. So you've tried every company in town and you just can't seem to catch any break. Nobody wants to hire you because you just don't have the experience necessary and you're a liability. Well, do what I did, and maybe like a lot of these other guys that got into this trade, take a year or maybe a couple years and find yourself an entry-level maintenance position at some sort of facility, apartment complex, condo association, somewhere. You're going to learn a lot of different things, okay? And if it's plumbing that you really want to get into, this is a perfect opportunity for you to get those basic building blocks and experience, especially when it comes to plumbing. That way you can build your resume and say, hey, look, you know, I worked here, I worked there, and try to hold a job. Don't just skip from one job to job to job. Employers don't like that. They like consistency. This way on your resume you could say, look, you know, I serviced 500 units and water heaters and you know, faucets and toilets and stuff like that. It looks a lot better when it comes to asking that company whether or not they want to take you aboard. Okay, so we're going to shift gears. Perhaps you happen to be one of these people out there that have decided to make a later life career change into the plumbing industry. Well, there are a few things you need to keep in mind before you decide to do this sort of thing. One of the first things you need to ask yourself, are you physically able and up to the challenge of entering this type of industry? Perhaps you spent the past several years, 10, 15 years or so, being an electrician or maybe HVAC or some sort of a service technician or even into cable industry, whatever. At least you have a little bit of knowing what it's like to be in some sort of a trade industry. However, every industry is a little bit different. If you're changing your career and deciding to get into the plumbing trade, probably would be a good idea before you make that jump that you do a little bit of research and really ask yourself if you have the ability and the time to make this kind of a change, so that way when you go in there you don't look like a complete idiot. Listen, wherever you are in your life and your career, whether you're just getting out of high school or out of trade school or the military, or you're deciding to make a late life career change, anytime you go to try to find yourself a job, especially this plumbing industry, there's nothing special about this trade that negates the simple fact it's like any other kind of job. You're gonna have to go knock on doors, meet people, say yes sir, look them in the eye, give respect and stuff. You're gonna have to try to find a way to get yourself in the door. It's not just an automatic. So there you guys have it. Thank you so much for stopping by for a few minutes. Hopefully this video has helped you out one way or another. Please don't forget to share this with a friend and give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. Listen, in this trade industry, as in any trade industry, nothing is free and easy. You have to want what you're after, and you're gonna take some time getting there. But don't give up. Don't let misery love the company around you, okay? Be strong, keep your head up, and fight hard for what it is that you want. Until next time, thank you so much. Have a great day, and don't forget to keep flying.